will start in about, what is it, about 5 minutes?
Yeah.
I got something sticky on my finger. I don't know if it's part of that edible or if it's a booger.
Steve, sit in my seat for a minute, please.
I'm afraid to eat it.
It's either gonna be nutritious or delicious.
Or both.
Hey, what's all on lunatics? Fuck you, Christopher Clemens. However the fuck you want your name said.
All right, that's good. Thank you.
Joe, be okay if I hit nicotine in here, or do you
Outside.
check?
Outside, please.
Okay, just want to make sure. Be right back, gents. Go.
I'm trying to run. You're on the show.
All right.
No, I can stay here.
Leave with me. Like that is so like my dad. Alright? No reason to be offended. That joke's about what a great dad my dad is. I lost my virginity late. I lost it when I was financially independent.
We won't even need that.
Just so you know, I'm gonna set your drink on top. I'm gonna mess with your drink and then
Mic check, mic check. All right, we're good there.
we don't want you to think, oh, these dudes got me on.
Is that some funky Copadina about putting a date rape pill in somebody's drink?
It may or may not be.
Yeah.
What about Brass Monkey?
And you know what? He wouldn't be able to make that song today because remember when he says he ain't down with the. No, he says he's down with the ladies.
Yeah,
He ain't.
right.
What did he say?
I know, but it's just that it's not.
This is the '80s and I'm down with the ladies.
Yeah,
It's all right.
you can get canceled for that shit. Not in my town.
But yeah, but he reached down between her legs and Sheena was a man.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get with no Oscar Mayer.
There you go.
It's just me.
All right, listen to this bit. We got 3 minutes.
Yeah, I went through my bank statements. Like, I can afford to have a dick in me. Just like so responsible.
It's just the next bit.
All
coming
my
up.
other friends lost it under a Backstreet Boys poster in
She's
their
talking
mom's
about how,
house,
like,
and I lost
when
it
guys
under
say they
an
don't have to do
IKEA
anything, it really
painting that
turns
I
around.
purchased.
And then she relates it to
With
Charlie
a
and the Chocolate
coupon.
Factory, which I think is brilliant. All right, starts here.
But I'm glad I was raised that way because it taught me how to choose sexual partners in a very responsible way, okay? So when I was younger and I was waiting, I would tell guys, I'm not ready to have sex yet. Is that okay? And anytime guys are really cool about that decision, that just made me want to have sex with them more because there is nothing hotter than someone respecting your boundaries. You're just like, what? Take your pants off. Get over here. It's-
Dude, that kind of felt like an
the
Ellen
hottest
joke.
thing you can say to a girl is, hey, we don't have to do anything. Now we do. So I still do this as a sexually active adult. I pretend I'm not ready to have sex with someone new yet, just to make sure they're a good person first. I call it the gobstopper test. I go, oh, I'm not ready. Is that okay? He's like, totally fine. No worries at all. And I'm like, Charlie, you won! I knew you could, my boy. Now come inside my chocolate factory. It's up.
That's good. I like that. I like that punchline there.
Yeah.
But that is true, though.
Yeah, that just dropped on Netflix, I think, last week or week before. But it's pretty good if you.
Yeah, I like
pay
that
for
Amy.
Netflix anyway.
I like that Annie Letterman too. I need to follow up on her. I
He's
like
already sweating, but if he don't, it'll explode.
Yeah, I never should.
I feel you, man. Don't worry.
I think gonna start sweating.
We got
Kinda like
5 seconds.
No.
Okay, okay.
I've been there.
Alright, okay, yeah, football,
Yeah.
swamp ass.
Yeah.
We all know. Talcum.
Remember twice a day?
Hit one.
I can't say. I was at the generation where they cut that off.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We're so old. When we did football practice, they used to tell us to not drink water. They like spit it out because it'll cramp you up.
What?
And,
Yeah.
and we also used to
Swear
have
to
to
God.
lose 10 and 15 pounds to make weight in a week.
Hey, here.
Sauna suits in the sauna.
Yeah.
Spitting,
Yeah.
like all sitting there all
That's
undehydrated, about ready to pass out.
I was like, all right, 5 seconds.
That sounds like
You got me
senior
spinning
year.
it up, and I'm like, I don't think this is the way this
Are you
works.
down with our girl here?
Oh yes, I've very catchy song.
She's slow.
Yeah. Check her out. Okay. Definitely have to get that out. How did you guys come across her?
Oh, she's a lunatic.
Awesome. You used to work with her, right?
I've worked with her at Lock On, yeah.
Oh really? That's awesome.
What's up, Keita Marie Jepson Kramer?
There you go. You're gonna snap it.
Austin don't get it. He just sits there.
There's Christopher Kimmons. We were just talking about you.
Okay, right. Oh, I thought you was going to join me.
And fun. It's a vibe.
Yeah. And this girl is
You know, yeah. Voice is, it's all about presence with this stuff. And she's got one. You know how good you feel when you own it. Exactly. It's iconic. It's like cheese.
Okay, I shared all the flutter groups, so when we get some of those in, that's always fun.
Yeah.
I got it. My name.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from MJ's Lofty Trees apartment and worldwide on YouTube and Facebook Live, this is the Moon Club Podcast with AJ, MJ, and SJ. The Moon Club will talk about anything under the moon. No subject will ever be taboo. This episode of the Moon Club Podcast is brought to you by Realtor MJ Adelman, Bloomington Normal's premier realtor for the Jewett Home Selling Team at RE/MAX Rising, and I want to be your realtor, and I will out-hustle everybody all day, every day, and then double up on Sunday to prove it. What's the state of the moon, brother?
It is currently Tuesday, June 29th, 2021 at 6:02 p.m. The moon came up at 11, or it comes up at 11:55 p.m. tonight, and it goes down tomorrow at 10:44 a.m. It's currently 70% illuminated. It is waning gibbous. It's 389,395 kilometers away from us. It's 20 days old, and it is in the full sign of Pisces tonight, which is our sign.
Very good. So, this is a point in the show where we usually have Steve, how illuminated he is, but he's not here, so let's throw it to our special guest, Jaden. How illuminated are you?
I'd say
Put you on the spot.
Teen Wolf, full moon. Feeling it tonight.
Teen Wolf. Okay. So,
Another day, another dollar.
another day, another dollar. So, our special guest is Jaden. I don't know your last name.
Hacha.
Hacha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we played his rap song last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, are you here to rap live, or what are we doing?
I'm here to do whatever's needed to be done.
All right. Well, we'll start off with some stuff, and then if you want to get into that later, we can.
Okay, for sure.
Michelle Parker's watching. Christopher Kimmons says, "What's up?" Zach Broder says, "What up, Hatch?" Hatch? Hatch?
Shout out Zach. What's up, baby? That's my boy. Fat body. He's a high school ride or die right there.
Okay. Cool.
He's my high school teammate, man.
Right on. Okay, so we were talking before the podcast, and you said that you had played some football for Illinois State, but you want to talk about like your high school and stuff like that, what you did coming up?
Shit, since honestly, since Zach's here, man, like I can take it back a little bit for you, and
Okay.
then bring it right back. I mean,
Let's do it.
I've been athlete since high school. Like that's when I started. I did like football and wrestling. Kind of became my knack, you could say. I played D-line and offensive lineman, and then at one point I was a linebacker too, but some big boys quit, so I had to do one for the team. So
Right.
then thankfully it got me here, and where I'm studying English education, and so it has now brought me to the point to where it's
What the heck? I've been replaced?
Yeah, I even asked him how illuminated he was.
Oh, jeez. How illuminated are you, bro?
I said like full moon and Teen Wolf.
Oh, okay. I was fully illuminated. I'm gonna tell you why. I was getting high on my own supply. Have you ever heard of that member berry? I remember. Oh, you remember?
Yeah, I
South
know
Park, member berry? Oh yeah, Revolution. Alright, no, I take that back. It is not a Revolution strand. No promotion for them today.
So he was just running down memory lane about the old high school days. So
And where's this at?
It's 3 different places actually. I went to 3 different high schools. My freshman year went to TF South, then Lincoln Way North, and then finished at Lincoln Way East.
Who had the hottest chicks?
Tough to say.
Put him on the spot, right?
Are those
So
all in
they're all
Chicago?
out there.
Around the Chicago
Okay,
area,
okay.
yes sir. I would say,
You know about 50 schools.
there's a lot of pretty ladies. You know, I had a high school sweetheart who didn't. You know, so
Yeah.
like.
I did.
In
pretty
every
ladies
high
actually
school?
were.
Is that what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
saying? In every high school?
I mean, look at
Sorry,
him.
ladies.
He's built pretty well. He's really handsome. He's got that full head of hair. Come on, he's got no problems.
No,
With
No,
chicks,
man,
right?
I look along. This is 4 years. I looked a complete stranger.
Oh, really?
Like, way different. I didn't have facial hair. Like I kept it clean shaven because of wrestling. So
Oh, it's best just to put it right in there. You know, you're getting in there. Just have that scruff so you're just right up in there.
established.
Yeah. Am I right?
You're
Let
not
them
wrong.
know that when you're like going by, it's like sandpaper. They're like, ah. You
are
want
not
to
wrong.
flinch every time you touch them.
Hey, let's do the Tour de France thing. Have they caught that kid?
So I have an article that says that he was fleeing the country, but I mean,
On a bike?
I mean, I don't know. Like, what did he do wrong? Like, it was an accident, right? I mean, like, do they want him for? I mean, what are they going to do to him? I don't know. Anyway, let's pull this back though. We'll do the Tour de France thing in a
Okay.
minute. We played his song on the Moon Club podcast. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think 2,
Few.
maybe
3
3.
weeks ago, and you know, kid's got some talent, so
Yeah.
we wanted to bring him on. And here he is. Should we do this? Steve sent this in, right?
Yeah, this guy's good.
This has got a good message.
Oh, yeah, you might like that.
Where the fuck's my money? I've been working all day, getting dirty as a bitch, busting my tail. Coming home, covered in oil, covered in grease, having trouble trying to scrub the brake dust from my fingernails. No help at the shop, only me is what understaffed, cause nobody wants to get a job. Now friends hit me up after work, but I don't want to do shit. The whole damn day I was bogged down. At the end of the week, I get my check, I hold it up next to my friends, they get annoyed, and he laughs cause I didn't make half of what he made. I worked every single day, and his ass was unemployed. You say there's no jobs, you say there's no one hiring. Every time I open up my phone and go online, I see a lot of positions, but you just listen to the politicians telling you this nonsense. You don't even take the time to read. Don't lie to me, it's a fact. All these stupid politicians want to act like it's slim picking, and it's hard to get when it's so bad. But how come every business that I visit's always understaffed? May not be the job you want, may not be a dream career. You can do something in the meantime when you wait for things to clear. Hobby Lobby starting out at 17, buddy, you could get a job there instead of collecting free money. I'm just saying, if you're my age and able, you don't need the government's aid to stay stable. Leave it for people who really need it, you piece of shit. Go and get a fucking job to get paid and be grateful. You're not incapable, you're lazy as fuck. But at the same time, I don't really blame you. If they were handing it out and I had absolutely no pride, I would take it too. I mean, fuck it. I'm the real dumbass. I'm the one working hard. I'm still busting my ass. People I haven't seen in a minute come up to me and ask me if I'm still working. I say, yeah. And they're like, fuck that. Didn't you hear? They're giving this shit out for free now. And I'm like, how? And they're like, what do you mean how? You don't have to have a reason to get it. They barely notice. You just go online and apply and tell them you're scared of COVID. Just like that. You don't got a real job, but you still get paid. God, I feel robbed. I can't say that I never thought of doing it. I don't want to contribute to all this fucking foolishness, and it's just the government in creating this dependency. If you don't know what I'm saying, then just wait till the end and see. When everybody's free money gets cut off, you think they're gonna go straight to work again? Fuck off. Let me clear the air. I know a lot of people really felt the wrath of this. I'm not talking to you and I'm not knocking you, dude. I know some folks were in bad shape after this. Like, you got kids and a wife and you had a good job and the dividends were nice and you lost it all of a sudden over this fucking bullshit and you needed something just to keep you winning in this fight. I understand. We're all fucked in the end though. So we might as well come together. No matter who you are and no matter who you voted for, I really do believe we need something better. Is it me? Or is it crazy as fuck that at a time like this with a horrible disease, they would make us wait for those tiny little checks just so they could give money to other foreign countries? Send the money to Pakistan. For gender studies, we have to, man. I know you're worried and this shit is really scary, but send $1 billion to the Egyptian military and fuck it. Send another to the Smithsonian. Yeah, I know, this shit ain't even open, but fuck it again. Shut up and spend. What about the fallen trees? 2 million, we need to study them. Ever wonder how many amberjack fish are currently swimming in the Gulf of Mexico? Well, I want to know that shit right now. 2.5 million, motherfucker, now let it go. You want to guess this? Shut it the fuck down, and if you don't, we're gonna find you till you do. way too dangerous, and if you don't understand, then maybe you going broke will finally get it through. And last but not least, for our hard-working, tax-paying Americans who stuck it out through this pandemic and put their lives on the line so we could keep our economy rolling, those little people we like to call essential, I give to you 600 Bitcoins. Don't go spending it all in one place now.
That's funny as hell.
So yeah, pretty good, right?
That was excellent.
Huge Eminem influence, right?
That is awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that.
Eminem has influenced, I think, you know,
Everyone.
yeah.
Close to.
Yeah.
Everyone in this generation, bro.
Third grade, that's all I listened to.
Oh, yeah.
Recovery.
Slim Shady.
21. Gonna
Oh,
be
my
22
goodness.
in August.
Oh my goodness.
That's
I mean, that's
why
so
they
old.
call
Um,
him Shady. That's why
so,
he was all in there, sir, and stuff in the green room and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, sir. And we appreciate the respect. Don't get me wrong. Mom, you know, raise you right if we're saying sir and please and thank you.
Man, my train of thought, I didn't think about you being 21, but,
Now it just
So-
like boom. Now we all our up age jokes out of there. We're gone.
Yeah,
do you,
he's
do you
as
know
old
about
as your-
Outkast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, we hope since he is
Who's Jackson?
wanting a hip hop career
Jackson.
Yeah.
that he has studied and actually on the drive over here we were actually talking about the history of hip hop and that there are so many rappers today that just want to it's all cookie cutter, who's writing their own lyrics,
The mumble
who's
rappers.
making their all this and just pussy this, dick this, everything, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's easy
I like that shit.
rhyming the same thing like rhyme dick, you know, it's like
Yeah.
hold on a second here, you know.
The
There
Ghetto
used to
Boys,
be an art form.
Willie D was on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast talking about that, and he's the first one that I heard it, and now all of a sudden I'm hearing it all over the place. But he calls it mumble rappers,
Yeah.
and he says that the powers that be in the hip hop community are like pushing these mumble rappers because they want rap out there that doesn't have a message.
Oh.
Like he says, like his stuff, and there's a lot of other people out there that like are rapping about things that matter,
Like
but
Chuck D?
they don't get airplay. You know, they just want these mumble rappers out
Public
there. I don't
Enemy?
know what's true, but
Essentially, it's what sells.
yeah.
And like you're not wrong. Like when you look at today's, there's very hard to find like some very good lyricists in the top game. I would say J. Cole's one of them for sure. Like, and he just dropped an album recently.
I don't know that name.
Oh,
I'll have to
really?
check it out.
J. Cole, you are missing out,
Okay.
man. I would say like he gets a lot of hate. He's one
He's
of
no
those.
Tupac Shakur.
I'll give you that, but I'll say at heart, my number one rapper is Biggie Smalls.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I think J. Cole, he was signed by,
You all right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a Biggie Tupac fan. It's all right.
Yeah, I got love for Biggie and Tupac. I can love them both. I know that they had their stuff, but it was all a dream.
I think J. Cole was signed by Jay-Z.
I don't know.
But J. Cole's got some really good songs out.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Oh,
that,
man.
That Tupac, right?
Yeah, that's
Take
Tupac.
money.
Yeah.
First off, fuck the bitch and the clique you claim. West side, when we ride, coming quick with gang. You claim to be a player, but your wife, we bust on bad boy. Fuck for life. See, I edited myself. I didn't, go there. I'm not allowed. Not
But that was the
allowed.
clean version?
Basically, I was editing it. You heard it, right? I mean, I hit the F,
Oh.
but
Yeah,
the
the
racial
version.
slurs we
I
put
didn't hear
down
that.
there. So,
Not-
go ahead, sir.
It's not in my town, Steve. Not
So
in my
exactly.
town.
So when we rap later, do we have to keep it clean or dirty?
Oh, well, go with your style, go with your flow. It's a family show, but everybody's here is a lunatic, so,
Yeah.
how
Whatever you're comfortable with.
how
like,
family is lunatics, right?
I will, like Steve did, I'll edit myself. I won't drop that N word because that's not me. But if you're comfortable with it, do it. I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
I just want to raise my hand and say my position on that word in particular is that it just needs to be erased.
Well, I used to have a different opinion.
But I can't have an opinion.
I was talking with a good friend of mine, an older black gentleman, and he was telling me like that word is so hurtful for him that if somebody says it to him, that they've thrown the first punch, so he's already in a fight. I'm like, man, like,
Well,
I just won't say it anymore then.
But see, and this is where I say, but if it comes from, somebody that definitely the connotation's there and there's that, I get that. But also, and this is what my argument is like and my hat's off to Marvel and Luke Cage. At first, I did not like the fact that they were using the racial slurs and stuff, but I understand that, you know, it's society. It's you know, this is the hip hop, you know, culture. So I get that it's embedded. But somebody called Luke Cage that, just like, what's up, my? And he's like, no, I'm not that, and you ain't gonna call me that. And that's what more people need to do. And I get that it's the power of that they use, but they still use it hurtful to everybody. I mean, because it can be hurtful to other people.
Well,
And just hearing the word, like if I'm blind, and if all I can do is hear, I can't see who's saying it necessarily. So it's just that word to me.
yeah, the idea that words have that much power is kind of crazy, but to me it all comes down to intent. Like what do
Right.
you intend with that word? But like I said, to me, it's just not.
I digress. Let's move forward.
Yeah, let's do it,
because
let's
it's too negative. It's just too negative of a topic. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep it rolling, keep it happy.
I was
keep
say,
it positive.
if you know the comedian on Dave Chappelle's show, I forget his name, something Moon. He just recently passed. Big comedian who takes he's like the first like outlet for basically like what you see today, how like comedians can basically say whatever they want, and he has some really unique content. Like
Nostradamus?
yeah, kind of.
Nostradamus?
Yeah, that's his skits like that, and he has a very
Is it
unique.
Peter Moon,
Yeah.
Australian guy?
No.
Dana Moon?
Just type in Nostradamus.
Yeah, Negrodamus from Dave Chappelle's
Oh,
show.
okay. We'll do that. We'll do that on.
We just have to talk over anything.
Yeah, Comedy Central is pretty.
They'll be like, what the heck is that? But I
Yeah,
love
it's
him.
Palmy.
I love Palmy.
Oh yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
But he's Australian? Is that what you said?
No, I think that was somebody else.
Yeah, that was somebody.
But didn't you say, oh, Australian guy? Now he's like,
I don't know. I was looking at a different.
Yeah, the guy's a classic comedian. Like, I think he was around in the 70s even.
Yeah, he's great. He is great, and that was a great character.
And he's
funny.
got that matter of fact voice. You know.
And he even talks about himself, like, you know, words, like they only give meaning like to what we give it.
First they had the Mexican
But
with
at the
Brad
end of the day,
Pitt,
words
and now
truly-
they got the last
truly have
samurai.
power, and it comes down to, you know,
Maybe they'll produce my film.
what is it that
On Earth.
It's like our money. It's like doesn't really have any intrinsic value. It's just what we assign it. You know.
Yeah, it has meaning because we give it meaning.
Right.
Right.
What? Remember, you can't get wet by the word water.
Right. Same way as like, why would you get offended by noises that I make with my mouth?
Right. Do
Are
you
you
ever
gonna be beatboxing again?
you ever say a word like over 1,000 times and it loses its entire meaning and it sounds like you're
Yeah.
just making movements with your mouth and grunting.
Like from Super Troopers, like road,
Road. Yeah, I mean we're basically just monkeys that grunt at one another, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
essentially,
I mean, if I go it's like it's like you know what that means, or
yeah, and like no, and to go off of that, like you know where I come from, like thankfully, like my walk of life, like I've been in many different places, and like what I feel like from my perspective, like looking in, it's like a lot of people, like you know, the black community gets mad because when that word is used, they you know it's like they don't really necessarily know what it was to endure, what those struggles and stuff were. And like, but for me, like where I come from, you know, like struggle doesn't know complexion or a person, you know, like if you're all in the same situation, you're all essentially one. And you know, I think that's where I come from. You know, I come from a place where, you know, minorities are all saying it. You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like you know, like it's just you know, it's a gritty way of life. And
We never asked you like what is your nationality? Where are you?
I'm Mexican, Cherokee, and Irish.
Okay.
I'm part Cherokee. Well, I'm like 116 or 132nd. I'm like way down there, Cherokee. But my great grandmother was full.
I'm rocking Cain Velasquez's walkout shirt right now.
Fuck
Are you
yeah.
familiar with Cain Velasquez?
No, I can't
MMA.
say.
Really?
No.
He was a UFC heavyweight champion for a while.
Oh wait,
Um,
a bald dude was he? Or no?
Yeah, he kept his
been
hair real
bald.
short. Yeah.
I think I know. Like if I saw his face, I definitely know.
Like I
Pepsi,
think he
the
was.
choice of our generation.
Yeah.
We gotta pay the bills.
I'm embarrassed. I know. I'm pretty sure he was a Arizona State wrestler, but
He was AZ State.
super athlete. Like he was a
machine.
heavyweight, like about 240 pounds, but moved like a lightweight. And I'm pretty sure, like, if he didn't get injuries, he might still be the heavyweight champion. But we're
He
talking
beat
about,
Brock,
like,
right?
Oh,
He
I
did?
know Francis Ngannou's
He did.
him.
He beat Brock Lesnar.
Really? Oh, Brock Lesnar's a specimen himself, but
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou's just a hybrid. Of
yeah.
techniques.
Well, did you hear that they announced a interim title, interim
No.
heavyweight fight between Derek Lewis and Kane? I forget what the guy's name is. It's like K-N-E, but it's pronounced Khan or something
I
like that.
think John Jones might be the best. to do
But
that.
Francis Ngannou just won the heavyweight belt 3 months ago. Why were they putting an interim belt on the line?
John Jones is old news.
Yeah,
He-
well,
he's one of the baddest to ever do it.
Hall of
John
Fame for
Jones
sure,
will,
though,
will
but, like,
eventually fight in the heavyweight division, but my only beef with that is
He was one of the
Ngannou
first.
just won the heavyweight championship. Why are they having a heavyweight fight that's an interim belt? That doesn't make sense. Anyway,
Dude, do you think there's
I'll
any
get off that.
countries that are genetically engineering athletes right now? As we
China,
We
speak?
yeah.
know Russia is.
Yeah.
China, Russia, yeah.
It's been a thing since,
We've seen Rocky
since the
III.
doping games of the Olympics. It's been a, we
I
don't know what
was
goes on.
really-
behind it.
They're probably babies right now.
Hector Lombard, Cuban, and there's, he's documented his whole story. Like, they basically kept them like in cockfights. Like,
What's going on?
Hector Lombard, like he talks about his experience with the Cuban wrestling team.
Yeah.
So like when they were in camp,
They
the
had to
guys
get
that would
Cuban
win got like the better rooms and the better meals, so like they made him
Yeah.
fight each other, and
Like cops.
he was looked at by doctors, and they said this guy had to have been genetically engineered because his skull is like thicker than most people. Like
No
it's
shit.
it's off the charts. Yeah.
Oh. Like
Yeah.
Mongo from what was that show back in the day?
Land
Or
of
even-
Lost.
No,
That's
no,
chocolate.
that was
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Can't say I know that one.
No, that's way
Horrible
before your
show.
time.
No, that was a great
Wait,
show.
folks,
That show does not stand.
We should play the intro to Land of the Lost for him, so
It's like
so that Jaden can realize how starved we were for entertainment way back in the
Yeah.
day.
He would just feel really sorry for us.
you know where that's where in Jay and Silent Bob that's where
I thought he thought I was cool for a minute.
that's where Will Ferrell got his name, Marshall Willenhalley.
This
Really?
this was what we had to look forward to for entertainment when we were like 7
This
or 8
was
years
Saturday
old.
morning.
Effects go crazy.
It's so lifelike, right?
I mean, it could be real.
This shit, yeah, I'm like in there. Is this 3D? It's almost 3D. It's like I'm there. Whoa!
Alright, we
I
won't.
love the Land of the Lost. So, and I'm gonna shit you not. I swear to God. One year we was at the Illinois State Fair and I seen somebody that looked exactly like fucking Chocolate.
Really?
Yeah, and you know me, back then even I was high as hell, fucked up, and so I pointed Chaka out to everybody in the whole fucking state fair, cause I'm like, Chaka! And everybody looked and they're like,
Right.
yeah, that's Chaka.
That would be considered a hate crime today.
It definitely
You would
would.
get canceled.
I felt bad for Chaka, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, now, I digress.
Right. But you didn't. Here's the thing. Did it seem like a mean thing at the time? You're just like, hey, that guy looks like Chuck. I'm just gonna point it out.
Well, it was a woman. And weed is a hell of a drug. But wasn't that the thing, didn't they say that they
Cocaine?
couldn't tell, like, is Chaka a woman? Like, in the new one, with the Will Ferrell one, they did make him a boy, because he was always trying to hump the doctor.
I
But
always thought Chaco was a boy.
Yeah, I thought so too.
does he have a gender?
I don't know.
You know? Is
That'd be
that fair to
oh.
put a label on it?
You know
That
what?
would be up for Chucka to decide, wouldn't it?
In the Spanish, if he was a boy, it would be Chaco, right?
Chaka, yeah, maybe.
I
I
don't know.
mean, I don't know as far as names go, but I don't know all the rules. There's too many rules because there's too many Spanish cultures.
Do you speak Spanish?
A
See?
little bit,
But-
but yeah, not much. I
Oh.
used to when I was an infant, but as
No, you
as you
don't.
grow away, yeah,
See,
I'm just like, I'm here. I got the complexion.
Yeah, you do.
That's all the fast food cares about, right?
I'm like almost clear, right? Do not adjust your sets.
So,
Someone said, are you feeling all right? Are you anemic? I'm like, I'm fucking Irish and a ginger. What are you talking about?
I'm just pale.
here's what I want to know. How did you guys, because you introduced us to Jaden, right?
Yeah.
How did you guys start talking?
I picked him up in a lift.
Oh, okay. And
And,
then,
Sorry about that.
You know what? Coincidentally, this is a cool story. I'm taking him to Home Depot, and I'm on Veterans.
So what are you guys
And
doing this
I
weekend?
swear to God,
Oh,
the
man,
light,
I'm going to Home
the light
Depot.
skipped us like
That'd be
4
crazy.
times. So we're sitting there at this light for
like
probably
in the
like,
turn lane or something?
yeah, probably like a good 7 minutes, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna run this thing, but I was just having a good time just talking to him because we were talking about like science and technology and the podcast.
Can we
So-
jump back on old school hip hop?
Yeah, we can. I just wanted to dig back on how you guys got to talking, and then like, did he send you that song that we played,
Yeah,
or
yeah. You sent it to me.
did you
We were-
play it? Did you play it in the cab or in the cab in my Jeep, or how did
Not
that
yet.
happen?
Not yet. Well, I did listen to it in there, but I was listening to it by myself. I didn't listen to it with him. I was just checking. I listened to it through my email because he originally emailed me that song.
Okay, because I think you had sent it to me, and I was working, and I started listening to it. I'm like, I don't really like it, and I didn't listen to it. But then when we played it on a podcast and we listened to the whole thing, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good, right?
Best LL
Lyrics.
song. Let's go around.
Turn your haters around. No.
Best L. No, we.
I
like
thank
it.
y'all for the love for real, and like, it really means so much to me. Like, cause this is something. I mean, I've been doing this for 7 months, but I would say that I'm making so much noise that people have to listen. I mean, like, thank you guys for being one of the first many platforms, man. Like,
That's cool.
Definitely.
Like,
Now let's
I
rewind
mean, there's
it
gonna
a
be
little
like
bit.
7 or 8 people that see this.
Well, let's rewind it a little bit because you have not been doing this just for 7 months. This is something that you've been doing your whole life. You're just starting to invest more of your time and trying to take it to another level, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Amen.
this ain't something like, oh, he just jumped into and is like, oh, I've been doing this 7
Does he
months.
kind of remind you of Caleb?
Next week, I'm gonna go skating.
fanny
That's
pack?
when I'm gonna be a skater, you know?
Unapologetic fanny pack wearer. Caleb.
Who's
Well, it's
No,
like
I'll
cross.
still look
It's a
at it.
cross
I
bag. It's
never
a
saw
chest
him
bag.
wear that.
Oh, no,
It's
it's
a-
a fanny pack.
I
but
thought
it's
you
a
were a
different
fanny
way.
It's a chest
I'm
bag.
digging. I'm digging it. I might start wearing one
I
like that.
swear to God, you better not
This has
start
been
wearing
this has
one.
been the trend these days.
I'm
I keep
definitely
stuff-
getting
Oh,
one
that's
wearing
the
it like
trend,
that.
seriously?
I'll keep,
Well,
like,
start
what-
setting your own trend.
So hold on.
I just
Let
make
me
it look better.
let me try to like put this thing back on the track. We were talking about Jaden, and you said you've been doing this for like 7 months, and then also
Seriously.
I know that you were like an ISU football player, and you were doing that. Now you aren't. I think you might have mentioned there was some sort of injury or something that happened. We don't have to get into
You
that,
even
but
lift, bro?
have you taken like, okay, because I know like if you're a college athlete, you're an ISU football player, like that takes a lot of time and commitment and stuff like that. So did it happen to when your college athletic career kind of, if it came to an end, I don't know, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but are you now like putting that time and dedication into music? Like is that what's going on right now?
So that's the thing with this.
Part of your rehab?
So when it came down to it, it all started. Shout out Raphael, that's one of my homies from the Peoria.
Raphael?
P-Town?
Raphael, yes sir.
Oh, you mess around there, you might get beat down.
And we had a couple homies coming in that we hadn't seen in a while, and they were talking about let's freestyle. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I tried it once before, like I got introduced to it, wasn't really my thing, but I was like, for my homies, like I'll try it out. And so then we get to the place, and we're just chilling, vibing, we're smoking, and then all of a sudden they put on the beat, and then it just goes around the circle. I'm actually essentially sitting right where I am now. We're right around the table, and then it goes Raphael, and then Francisco. He doesn't pop about it, so I'm next in line. And as soon as he came off, right there was the start, and it became just a hobby, freestyling just whenever I could, and then
You're like, hey, I'm good at this.
essentially,
Yeah.
like I felt like I had a knack for it,
Yeah.
but it was just more of an obsession hobby. And as time grew on, I started realizing I was doing it while I'm before I get in the shower, like while I'm at work, before I go into the gym. And then now it's to the point where, I've upgraded significantly and I'm making strides, I'm trying to take this, like you said, to the next level.
Yeah.
And this is just one step of the process that has just been long overdue, I would say. And it all comes full circle.
Okay, for sure. Well, my dog likes you, and he's a good judge of character. So I have faith that you're a good person, and
Cole, you've only known this dog for 2 weeks.
yeah,
This man's best friend for a reason.
And now you're taking his judgment on this guy?
yeah.
And to the lunatics, Rolo is here. Rolo from Blono. He's not on the table tonight.
Rolo-
just chilling.
He's on Instagram as Rolo from Blono. I forgot to say that.
I think it's exciting. We're going to get his DNA test and we're going to read it live on the air.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so we should all
That's
like write down 4 breeds that we think he might be. And
You know what you should have did? You should have
Yes,
sent like mixed some of your DNA with his DNA.
I'm pretty sure he's
Yeah,
got
what
like
the fuck is this? It's like a human hybrid.
he's got part tiger in him, man. Look at that
Right.
growth.
Yeah.
Blood. MJ likes to adjust the filter so he looks like a tiger. He
I,
really does.
I definitely filtered it up for sure
Yeah.
to make him look like a tiger.
But
And then
first-
you should shorten his
Let me
nose.
take a selfie.
Make him look beautiful.
Isn't there a, alright, there was a tiger that's similar, well, I mean, it was called a tiger because of the stripes, but it was similar in like a more canine form. It was striped, had a fatter tail. I can't remember the name of it.
The Tasmanian devil?
It might have been a Tasmanian
Tiger?
something, but a Tasmanian
It's like a
tiger.
dog, yeah.
That's it, Tasmanian.
Really?
But they're extinct now, yeah.
You know, they say they might not be
Yeah,
extinct. They
yeah.
say they might have seen a couple because they're from Australia and in the outback or where they're from, it's just so remote that who really
Oh,
knows?
check this out, guys. This is something that I was thinking about recently, and you know, with the Tic Tac UFO and they're going underwater, I was thinking, well, fuck, there could be as many of them down there as there are of us up here, and we would never know.
even more.
Yeah.
Because the oceans are what, 75 or more percent of the.
75%.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, this could be like their vacation area, you know.
Who's all watching us? You check that out. Any comments?
There's a ton of comments, but you know what? I know we like to talk about UFOs and stuff, but we got a guest here, right?
Yeah.
And guest is pretty dynamic. I kind of want to dive into a little bit deeper on what he's got going on. So,
Okay.
is there like if you do
Remote.
freestyle and stuff, is there something that I can play that you can like lay something down over, or
Whatever you prefer, doesn't matter. to
I
me.
mean, is there something on the internet I could find right now?
Your go-to beat or just an instrumental?
Yeah, Mike Olson, you're right. Mike Olson's watching. He said that's doing the rapping in a circle is kind of like reminiscent of a game we used to play called Exquisite Corpse, where you would write something, fold it over, and give it to the next person. They would write something, fold it
We
over.
would call that spin the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's a different. That's a totally
Well,
different.
Well, see, we didn't grow up like rap music. Like it kind of like came into existence in our early teens, right?
Yeah.
We kind of invented it, actually.
Well,
you know, I mean, I
we-
think I'm in the book.
We were
For
early
a big
adopters.
rap.
Like I was on board right away.
Remember
but-
Nucleus?
Oh, jam
We
on it.
Yeah.
Jam on it.
And then Sugar Hill
Dream
Gang.
I want to find a beat that you can
LA
go,
Dream
like
Team?
like something on SoundCloud maybe. I don't know.
Just played.
it doesn't matter to me, man. I'll play.
I got
Look
five.
for some
on
J
it.
Dot.
Played I got five on the beat. That's it. Good one to rap. You like? How's your tempo? You like slow?
It doesn't matter to me. I
Oh,
can
he's
do
gone.
It's just, you know, it's funny too. Like, I feel like I naturally tend to rap faster, and I think that comes from back in Heritage Middle School. You know, we used to do accelerated reader programs, and we'd also do reading proficiency tests. And for some reason, I just had an obsession with reading really fast and
Yeah.
just not messing up. And I was getting like at least like 160 words at like one point, like
Like in
I don't
comprehension.
think I've read 60
like,
words in
just
my whole life.
straight, like
Right.
without
That's what-
messing an error. And
Yeah.
teachers always told me, that, you know, you're never gonna need to read that fast. Like, little did they know, little did I know.
Right.
And it's just all, like I said, it's all little things that just
Well,
come.
here's the thing: is you can read so much faster than you can talk, right? So I always
Yeah.
wanted to talk as fast as I can read, but I never could.
Essentially.
But
Wasn't there a
all right, this is called rap beat. I'm just gonna play this, and if you feel it,
Mike O'Gorman says, "What up, big hat chest?
What up, dog?
What's good, my boy?" So maybe put that into a rap.
hold on, he said the big what?
The big hat chest.
What's up? He said, "What's up, boys?" And put that into rap.
Yeah. Why not?
All
Big
right.
hat chest. And your friend. What's his name? O'Gorman?
Okay. Shit.
my
You don't have to-
co-hosts
No,
kind of
I-
don't understand about like
The
letting them feel
concept.
the music and like and stuff like that. So
We were
Actually,
working on it.
I actually just got a beat that just came up. You ever heard "So Gone" by Monica, the instrumental?
not yet, but we can
Oh,
do
there
that.
he is.
Rolo wants to hear it.
Rolo's all about it. So gone. All right. Hatch. How would I say? Do I say Hatch?
Shit, hey, honestly, I've heard Hatch, and like, I honestly prefer, like, I respond to that too with Hotch.
Hatch. Okay.
Because like coaches and stuff always say Hatch, you know, 'cause depending where they come from. I had a lot of Southern coaches at Illinois State.
All right. Here is Monica's So Gone instrumental. Hatch. No pressure. Let's skip this.
What'd you say? Said Michael Bowman? What's up?
Yeah,
Boy?
Michael Gorman, yeah.
Alright.
I'll get you the intro. Oh, big time. In
Okay.
the house, look at Hatch, he's coming up. Moon Club.
You just said Hatch.
You know what's up. Didn't I say that? I'm from Hot Hatch, first match, rewind the track, play that shit back. See the G don't know how to act. So what's up, Jay?
All right. I'll start it over. And we'll let our guests do this.
I wanted to intro him and then let him kick in.
He's probably got a spot where he comes in, right?
It's alright. We can get in right now. Alright, here we go. Michael going, what's up? Boy, yeah, Jaden's my name, but Big Hotch is gonna play the game like a toy. Cause you know I'm writing this shit my own story. Cause you know I'm doing this shit, it's never boring. We just looking to right up in the new foreign. Because you know we looking to pour up whiskey is what we pouring in 3 cups for fun under the sun. Cause you know we looking to get a little some. Add up negatives to get a little some. Because you know we going dumb. Gonna spit a couple licks. Cause you know I'm just a stick. Gonna go and do the shit, it ain't lit. But I'm just gonna ride up in the game like it's my dick. I don't give a fuck, I'm never rich. Just gonna keep on doing this shit all in the blink of an eye. Gonna smoke weed and get high. Do this with my boys on the Move Club, the podcast, the guys. Yes, because you know we gonna cook it up like we just came out the fry. That's no lie. That we gonna play the game, Chinese speakers. Then we gonna go around and take it one more time around the bend. Because you know we gonna follow, never be the trend. We just gonna make amends. Yes, because we praying to God and tell him to give us some angels that are God sent. Yes, I'm never gonna pretend, just gonna full send. Yes, because you know I'm just gonna take the game and mix it up with the blend. Yes, because you know my brown complexion's gonna make you go and comprehend that I ain't never been the one to go insane. I just got a couple words up in my membrane, and we gonna take another pour. Cheers. Then we gonna run it back a gear.
Yeah.
Cause you know we just got some verses off the gear. Yes, you know I'm in the driving lane. I'm gonna steer clear of all the bitches that are gonna hear what it is that I gotta have to make these bitches cry, make them shed a tear.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
cause you know we like to be the name that they fear. And we gonna go and test the mic if anyone once again, my dear.
Dude, that was good.
Yeah, I
You
can't
know
follow
what?
that. I can't follow
Dude,
that.
did you notice how it's like there's one moment when you like locked that flow and you were just on it and it was like perfectly synchronous.
So we've had,
We got that. We preserved that shit.
yeah, no, our girl, Matisse Love,
Yeah.
threw down the Moon Club podcast theme, and she was the musical podcast guest of the year last year and so far this year. But now
I know.
we have somebody else in the running, right?
Maybe we get
So,
Jay
yeah.
to do a rap break in the middle of the
Oh, how cool would that be?
Matisse Love, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, we can add you a rap break in the middle.
I would love that.
Okay.
If we can make that happen.
Dude, you know what?
We
When,
can definitely make that happen.
when Matisse
Well,
was asking
hold
us
up,
what
let's
we
not-
wanted, MJ just gave her 100% control. Just like, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
well,
say anything.
Here's the thing, I'm like, I want to pay you to make the Moon Club podcast theme, and she's like, well, you know, how do you want it to go? I'm like, I'm not a musician. Like, I just said, like, you know, this is kind of what we want the song to mean, and you go. And she did, and she went, and she fucking killed it.
She nailed it, yeah.
Right?
I would say so. Here.
Yeah, like, let the musician do the music. Like, I don't want any control of that. Like,
This is what I suggest.
that's creativity, right?
Come up with something. We'll run it by her, since it's her song, her original, even though you own the stuff. And make sure she got her okay.
For sure, I would never want to do anything without her blessing, right?
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I bought the
That's your
song,
game,
but it's her song.
You
It's,
know what
it's
I'm
her
saying?
song.
So that just
I'll go
gives
with
you that incentive to make
I've been
the
looking
game
for
tight,
Matisse.
you
If
know?
you're out there, hit us up.
Yeah, where's she been?
I don't know. She might have moved to Florida. She was talking about moving to
Well,
Florida.
I'm gonna tell you what, the fucking rains this week
Brittany
have
Hendricks
been
did, right?
crazy.
Yeah.
crazy about
Aliens?
the internet. Keep you connected though.
Right, but you know what? She's one of those people that just sometimes will just drop off the face of the earth.
I
She,
know we all
like,
like
she'll
that.
quit Facebook. She'll quit. She just sometimes just needs. She's like that kind of person that just needs.
Did you want to
time.
rap?
That's been me
Rolo?
until now.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the grid for 2 months at least. Just been mastering my craft and myself.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of times like people will talk about like freestyle and stuff like that, but I'm not trying to like uncover anybody's like secrets or anything, but a lot of times like you have stuff that you know you're gonna say, but you don't necessarily like have it in any
You go
order.
to,
Like,
just put it in
so
fire.
you know that just all comes to you.
It's probably different styles, right?
I was gonna say it's funny, like to go off of that. I was actually had this conversation twice yesterday at work because I've been talking to people, like hyping them up about it, like telling them to tune in. And shout out to Eric, Marcus, all the Home Depot guys, 6'8", 9'7", that's the story. But they were like asking like, so when it comes to freestyling, like what are you gonna do? I was like, I'm just gonna show up and whatever beat they want, or like if I get to choose, like just go rap. Like I'm a big believer in freestyle to the core is something that's strictly off the dome.
Really?
But like definition of freestyle is technically, anything that's just not recorded, like it's just right then
Right.
and there. So it can be written
Right, different
down.
styles.
Right. So you have ideas in your head.
You
like,
can,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
for me, like I just go.
Okay.
That's,
So-
that's kind of how I've always been.
I
Why don't you
picture,
bring an old school beat
MJ,
in this battle?
I picture Eminem with that little pencil and like him like scribbling down rhymes and
Yeah.
like figuring out how to work them into like a rap. It's like
Like a mad
because
scientist.
he called it his laboratory. It's like he would go there and just like write all night long. So that's probably just a different style of a rap battle guy. It's like I know I'm going to work up to this one insult. You know what I'm saying? Where I
Yeah.
say something about his drunk mom or something. Or
So that's
whatever
kind of like
Eminem
what I was
does.
saying is like you have an idea about where you want to go.
Right.
You might not have it's not like you have it written down verbatim, but you
Oh, for
kind of
sure.
have an idea, right?
And that's something that when it comes to like when you were saying about how like it's something that I just started investing in, but just been there my entire life. Like since I was a kid, I can remember like when people would talk to me, even to this day, like my mind subconsciously just like picks certain words that someone says to me and just rhymes something with it.
Okay.
And that's just always been a thing. And then when I started really freestyling,